What if you could turn a barren desert into lush, green farmland? I know, sounds like something straight out of science fiction, right? But a certain technology claims it's not only possible, but actually pretty practical. And it all comes down to changing the very nature of water itself. So today we're diving into the science of activated water and some of the incredible claims being made about its potential. Just look at this. This is the vision we're talking about. A full-blown oasis right in the middle of the desert. Now the key here isn't some super complex chemical process. Nope, it's a device that claims it can activate water just by tweaking its physical structure, making it way more effective at creating life where you'd think it's impossible.
So, to really get how this works, we first have to understand something important. Water is way, way stranger and more complex than most of us ever learned in school.
Okay, so how on earth can a relatively simple magnetic device have such a massive impact on farming and maybe even on desalination? Well, the whole answer begins at the molecular level, with water's very unique and honestly kind of weird properties.
You know, scientists actually have a name for it, the water anomaly. See, based on its chemical makeup alone, water should freeze at minus 120 degrees Celsius and boil at minus 100. The fact that it freezes at 0 and boils at 100, well, that's the anomaly, and it's pretty much what makes all life on Earth possible.
And right here, you can see that anomaly in action. That graph on the left shows how H2O just completely breaks the trend compared to other similar molecules. So why does it do that? Well, look at the diagram on the right. It's all because of its dipole nature. You've got 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom, creating these positive and negative poles, which makes every single water molecule act like a teeny tiny magnet.
And because of that magnetic quality, water molecules don't just float around all by themselves. Oh no. They actually clump together into these incredibly strong, organized groups that scientists call liquid crystal clusters. Now, this is the crucial part to remember. Normal water isn't just a bunch of individual H2O molecules. It's a collection of these massive molecular supergroups.
So, if water naturally forms these big old clusters, how do you break them apart to make the water more useful? Well, the answer seems to be a very, very specific application of magnetic force.
And this is the device that supposedly makes it all happen. The BPS Dysmagna. Now, it's not just a big magnet you slap on a pipe. It's a precisely engineered system designed to do just one thing: fundamentally alter the physical structure of the water that flows right through it. The process itself is actually pretty elegant and simple. First, water passes through a series of specially arranged magnets. These magnets then create a resonance that kind of vibrates and opens up those big water clusters we talked about. And the result is what the creators call activated water. Now, this isn't about brute force. It's a cool phenomenon called magnetic hydromagnetic resonance. You can think of it like a musician hitting exactly the right note to make a wine glass vibrate. This system targets the natural frequency of those water clusters, causing them to safely break apart, all without any chemicals or outside energy. Pretty neat, huh? And what's really great are the practical features. It's totally automatic, needs zero electricity, has no operating costs because there are no chemicals or filters to change. It's a completely passive, eco-friendly system that you just install into a pipe and, well, that's it.
Okay, so the theory is fascinating, for sure. But what does this activated water actually do in the real world? Let's take a look at some of the reported results.
First up, let's talk efficiency. Farms that are using this technology are reporting water savings of 10 to 20%. Now, in an increasingly thirsty world, a number like that alone is a really big deal. But it gets better. On top of just saving water, those same farms are also seeing their crop yields go up by anywhere from 15 to a truly staggering 100%. So you're getting more crop for less drop. So why is this happening? Well, the theory goes like this. Before treatment, the water clusters are just too big and clunky to easily pass through a plant's cell walls. But after activation, the water is in much smaller groups, so they're absorbed super easily. That means the plant gets way more hydration and nutrients from the exact same amount of water. But honestly, this next claim might be the biggest game changer of them all. The system can apparently make saline water, we're talking water with a salt content up to 8,000 parts per million, usable for agriculture. This could completely transform farming in coastal and desert regions all over the globe. So here's how they say it works. The structured water becomes a much more effective solvent, so it starts to break down the salt that's already in the soil. Then, instead of building up, that salt gets washed deep down, way below the root zone. And over time, this actually cleans the soil, making it fertile again. And it's not just about plants.
The benefits apparently extend to livestock too. As you can see from this chart, studies are showing huge drops in poultry mortality, plus healthier, more resilient dairy cattle that are producing higher quality milk.
The technology is also incredibly versatile. It has applications in industrial settings to cut down on chemical use, in hotels to protect pipes from limescale buildup, and even in swimming pools and wastewater treatment to improve efficiency and water quality. It's pretty amazing.
So, when you put this all together, what does it mean for the bigger picture? We could be talking about a major paradigm shift in how we view and use our most precious resource.
The core idea here is all about unleashing the potential that's already hidden inside water itself. It suggests that for centuries we've really only been scratching the surface of what this incredible resource can actually do for us.
And that leaves us with a really profound question to think about. By simply changing the physical structure of water, could we start to solve some of the world's biggest challenges, like food security and water scarcity? The possibility alone is a pretty powerful thought.